Bonjour everyone and welcome to this class. Let's start by sitting cross-legged. By now you probably know how I like to start my classes. Cross-legged, sitting on a block or not. Just find a comfortable seat. Let your belly hang out, relaxing the shoulders, and then crown of the head reaching upwards. Hands maybe resting on your knees or in between your legs. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. And a big sigh out. 2 more times. And one more. Now start settling in your practice. Just focusing on your breath for a few minutes. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Just let that breath flow in. See how your breath is affecting your body when you're inhaling or exhaling. See what sensation you're experiencing. And just sit here. Identify right now if there's still muscles you're holding on to. Maybe even thoughts. Just let them go. If your mind's wandering off, just come back to your breath. And then start to bring your attention back to your body, to the mat. And then gently open your eyes. I'm going to reach the right hand on the right side. Inhale, left hand up to the ceiling. And exhale, bending over towards the right side. Keeping the shoulders open, reaching towards the right. And another side, left hand on the mat. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, bending over towards the left side. Looking up, looking down. And then let's do that one more time. Once on the right. And once on the left. Now come back to a neutral pose. If you were sitting on a block, just remove that block. Let's rock up and down the mat just for a few times. Bringing some movement into the body. Waking everything up for what's coming. And next time you come up, roll over on your knees. And today we're going straight into a downward dog. So take your time to go into that down dog, however you'd like to go in it. But make sure your feet hip distance apart. Maybe start by bending your knees, send the hips high, push the ground away with the hands, and then flatten that back. Bend one leg, straighten the other, walk your dog, take some time, and then wave it into a high plank. Yes, I've just invented probably an expression or word, but that's okay. Into that high plank. Again, still pushing the ground away with the hands under the shoulders, core strong, gentle tilt in that tailbone. And then back into a downward dog. Readjust your feet if you need to. Again, bending one leg, straightening the other. And if you'd like, staying into your downward facing dog. Sending the hips as high as you can, releasing the back of the legs. And then just breathe. And from here back into that high plank. How lovely is it in that high plank? And we're gonna come forward on our tiptoes, send the elbows to the back, and then gently come up into that up dog, and then downward facing dog. One more time, coming forward into that plank, hinging forward, bending the elbows, setting them to the back, lower plank, and then inhale into an up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog one more time. High plank, gently come to low plank. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step that right foot in between your hands, followed by the left, into a halfway lift, flat back, straighten the legs, straighten your back. Exhale, forward fold, ribs melting on your thighs. Feet hip distance apart, grab your elbows, sway from side to side into your ragdoll, letting neck and head go. And then interlacing your fingers behind your back, reaching up. And then releasing those hands, heel to the feet together. And gently come up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last thing that comes up. Hands up to the ceiling. Down to your heart. Let's go into a few sun salutations to really warm up the body. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into a high plank. Lowering to low plank. Inhale is up dog. And exhale, downward dog. One big breath in. And one big sigh out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then rise up, hands up to the ceiling. Down to your heart, coming straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into that high plank. Lowering to low plank. Inhale is up dog. And exhale, downward dog. Big breath in. And big breath out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then gently come up, hands up to the ceiling. This time down to your heart. Go on and do one more sun salutation. I'm not doing it with you. I'm watching you though. Reaching up, folding forwards, hinging at the hips. Inhaling into an up dog, not an up dog, a halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Step back into that high plank and then gently coming into a lower plank. Inhaling into that up dog and exhaling into that downward dog. We're staying 5 breaths in that down dog. Make sure to really fill up the lungs. Slow the heart rate down. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose to help regulate that breath. And then from that down dog, inhale the right leg high up in the air. Exhale, we're bending that knee, opening the hips into your 3-legged dog with that right knee bent. And then any movement you'd like into that right knee. And then we're looking forward and stepping that right foot in between our hands for lunge. Left knee goes on the mat, interlace your fingers on that right knee, and then sink into your lunge. Push the upper body away. One breath at the top, frame the front foot, step back into that high plank, lower into low plank. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend that knee, open that left knee, left leg. Stacking the left hip on top of the right. Any movement into that left knee, left hip socket. And then step that left foot in between your hands for lunge on that left side. Interlace your fingers on that left knee, sink into the pose. Sink a little bit lower if you can. And then frame that front foot, step back into a high plank, lower into a low plank. Inhale is up dog or cobra, look up, engage those glutes. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bending that knee again, opening that right hip. Stacking the right hip on top of the left. And then this time sending right knee to right wrist for pigeon. We're not staying long in that pigeon. Send the left leg to the back. Right knee to right wrist. Just hanging out here on your fingertips. Opening the hips, releasing those hips, letting it go. And then we're going to bring the left leg to the front into a shoelace. So hovering that left leg on top of the right, and then just hinging forwards, feeling that stretch around the hips, maybe on the glutes, outside of the glutes. Keep breathing in that pose. Essential, especially if it's difficult like it is for me. And then just let it go. Let your legs hang out in front of you, give them a shake, and then roll over on your knees. We meet back into a downward dog. Hips high, flat back. Bend your legs and your knees if you need to. And then inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend that left knee. Stack that left hip on top of the right, and then pigeon on that left side, left knee to left wrist, right leg to the back. Stay on your fingertips and keep that upper body straight, hips open. And as usual, just breathe. One more breath. And then collapsing on that left side, bringing the right leg to the front and over the left into that shoelace. That side might be more difficult or easier than the other. Just keep coming forwards. As long as you're feeling some kind of stretch around the hips, that's what we're aiming for. Shouldn't be painful, shouldn't be really enjoyable, to be honest, either. But if you breathe and you smile, it makes it easier. That's what I hear. And then let your legs go in front of you, giving them a shake if you like. And then we'll roll over on our knees and meet again in a downward facing dog. Bring your chest close to your knees. And still sending hips high, relaxing neck and head. And from here, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, halfway lift, flat back, exhaling, forward fold, and then rise up, hands up to the ceiling, and down to your heart, chair pose, because I haven't done it in a while. Bend your knees, legs together, keep your quads and legs very strong, and then sink the hips low, bring the arms high. Same line as your ears, just not stuck to your ears. Relax the shoulders, let them melt down your back. Tailbone in, safe back, sink lower. and lower. Try to keep your toes active off the mat. And then folding forwards. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to the back, stepping back into a high plank. Lowering down to low plank. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just gonna change ways for what's coming. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot in between your hands, warrior one. So making sure your hips are facing forwards. So maybe widening your stance, bending that right foot, right leg. Back feet is about 45 degrees. And then hands up to the ceiling, sinking lower into that warrior one, feeling that deep stretch on the hip flexors. And then inhale, reaching up. Exhale, we open into a warrior two. Adjust your feet if you need to. Back foot is in the same line as the front one. And then shoulders above the hips, keeping your inner thighs engaged, looking forward. Keep breathing in your warrior two. And then straighten the front leg. Bring the back foot a little bit closer. Triangle, reaching forward. Inhale and exhale. Bending over into that triangle pose. Making sure that left hand up to the ceiling. One straight line between both hands. Deep stretch in the left side of the body. Left side of the ribs. You can look up, you can look down. You can lift the toes off the floor to go a little bit deeper. You could use a block. Many different variations. And from here into your triangle pose, we're going to look in front of us. We're going to slightly adjust. Look in front of us and spring on the back foot to come straight into a half moon pose. So bending that front knee, springing on the back foot and coming straight into that half moon pose, making sure the right leg is straight, left leg engaged, and then hips stacked one on top of the other, so the left on top of the right today, and then right hand maybe touching the mat or a block, and then left hand in one straight line high up in the air. And then gently make your way back into that warrior two. Settle here for one breath, and then frame that front foot, stepping back into a high plank, lowering to low plank. Inhale is up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's do the left side now. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, warrior one on that left side, pivoting the back foot 45 degrees, using your core to come up, bending that left knee. Yes, bending that left knee. And then this time the right hip flexor gets open and gets stretched. Hands up to the ceiling. Sink into that warrior one. Should still be able to see your big toe. And then open into warrior two. Keeping the hips open, inner thighs engaged. One straight line between both feet. And then, no, that's not how you do warrior one. Hands into one straight line. From here, straighten the front leg. Bring the back leg a little bit closer. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Bending over, opening that right shoulder. Reaching up. Lifting those toes if you like. And then you remember, we're going to go into that half moon pose. So looking forward, aiming for about a foot in front of your feet, of your foot. And then we're going to spring on the back foot and then come up. Straight left leg, straight right leg engaged. And then you can look down, you can look up. Looking up is way harder. Keep those hips stacked one upon the other. And then back into your warrior two. Readjust your feet And frame that front foot, steps back into a high plank, lowering to low plank. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths in that down dog. Option to come into a child's pose. Whatever you do, you're breathing, slowing the heart rate down if it has increased a little bit. And then back into your downward dog. From here, look forward, bend your knees, step or jump to the front of the mat, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then rise up, hands up to the ceiling, down to your heart, back into that chair pose, legs together, and then keeping those quads strong, sinking into that chair pose, flat back, shoulders relaxed, reaching up, and then you can either stay here or come into a crow pose, bringing your hands, probably a foot in front of your feet, knees into the armpits, and then on your tiptoes, gently balancing forwards. If you're still into your chair, you can forward fold and jump back into a high plank. Everyone into a lower plank. Inhale is up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, warrior one on that right side. Pivot the back foot. Come up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open into warrior two. From here, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior, reach to the back. And back to that warrior two. This time inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Exhale, folding forwards into that humble warrior, reaching both hands up to the ceiling. And using your core, coming back into that warrior two. Straighten the front leg, back foot a little bit closer, triangle, inhale, reaching forwards. Exhale, bending over, triangle pose. And then setting up for peak pose of the day, half moon, looking to the front and then stepping on that back leg, off that back leg, into your half moon, keeping your hips stacked, one on top of the other. Stay in that half moon. You got this. A few more breaths. Keeping both legs strong, engaged, hips stacked, one on top of the other. Arms maybe reaching a block. And then gently come down into your warrior two. And then frame that front foot. Step back, high plank. Lowering down to low plank. Elbows 90 degrees. Inhale, up dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Guess what? Other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, warrior one. On that left side, pivoting that back foot. Use your core to come up, hands up to the ceiling. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two on that left side. And then inhale, flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Keeping your warrior two legs reaching to the back, looking down, looking up, doesn't matter. Back into your warrior two. And now interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forwards, reaching both hands up to the ceiling. And then back into your warrior two, using your core always. And straighten the front leg. Back foot a little bit closer. Inhale, reaching forwards. Exhale, bending over. Triangle on that left side. Still reaching up, looking down. Whatever makes you happy, my friends. And then this time you look forward in front of you and you're going to spring on that back foot to gently come into your half moon pose. Trying to make it look as gracious as you can, obviously. But as long as you keep both legs straight, the angle doesn't matter. As long as your glutes, quads are working. And then make your way back into that warrior two. One breath here. And then frame that front foot. and step back into a high plank, lowering to low plank. Inhale is up dog or cobra, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now look forward, bend your knees, and just rest your knees on the mat. We're coming into a kneeling position. Always the option to put a block in between your legs if that's uncomfortable. Woohoo! It's getting warmer in here. Just gently kneel here. If this is not comfortable, sitting on a block, find just a comfortable seat where you can breathe for a few minutes. Just come back to your breath. Take your time to inhale and exhale. Then we're going to go for a little breathing exercise, just counting the number of inhales, counting the number of exhales out, and towards the end we'll introduce breath retention in between both. So if you find that comfortable seat, I love that position, just for a few minutes, not a long time, definitely not, but for a few minutes I just can keep everything open into my upper body. And from here, let's take a big inhale through the nose and a big sigh out. One more time. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a big inhale through the nose and a big sigh out. Now gently open your eyes. That was fun. And then let's make our way, what are we gonna do? Into a downward facing dog. Long time. Oof. Taking your time to get there. And then we're gonna bend our knees, jump forward and land on our butt into a boat pose. Straight into it. Working on our core, not even mad about it. Bending the knees if you need to, straightening the legs is always a good option, makes your core work even more. And then really reaching those legs high, keeping them engaged, and then upper body strong. Palms of the hands facing each other. Same thing if you're here, really strong core. And then we're going to hold the pose for a little bit. Just keep breathing, even smile. Maybe look out the window if you're in front of a window like me. We got this. We just keep on breathing. And then bend those knees forwards, straight into that butterfly pose, sole of the feet together. Diamond shape in the legs, so that knee angle is above 90 degrees. And then you're on your sit bones, And we're gonna reach forward with the flat back. Maybe grab your feet, maybe reaching forwards as you like. And then when you feel you can't anymore folding forwards, I like to use my legs as a lever to help me go deeper, but that's your call. Just keep breathing wherever you are. And then take your time to come up. Keeping those knees bent, we're going to gently make our way down to the mat to set up for our bridge pose. Heels close to your glutes. One little disclaimer, not a great pose if it's the evening for you right now, because it keeps you very energized. So try not to do it if it is towards the end of the day. Heels close to the glutes, arms alongside your body. Now we're just going to raise those hips high up in the air and then bringing them down close to the mat and then coming back up. Let's do that 5 times, as high up as you can, and then gently coming down, upper back, mid back, lower back. When your glute touches the floor, come up on the inhale. Exhale, coming down. I think we got 2 more times. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. 1 more. Stay at the top. I had to. Staying at the top in that bridge pose. Maybe poking your butt with your thumb. That's going to make it come up higher. And then let's all come down to the mat. Windscreen wipe your legs from left to right. Feeling the release in the lower back. And then from here, raise the right knee up. And then bending that right knee, we're going to bring the right ankle to the left knee. Lift that left knee into that lazy pigeon. Interlace your fingers behind that left thigh. And then gently pull the left knee towards your face. Feeling that stretch as if you were in a pigeon pose. Keeping all toes active. And on every exhale, try to pull that knee closer to your face. And then gently let the left leg go. Left sole of the foot on the mat. And then bring that right ankle down to the mat too. Give your body a shake, and then we're going to do the other side. Reaching that left knee up, bringing left ankle to right knee, bringing that right knee closer to your face and interlacing your fingers behind that right thigh. And then bringing the knee closer to your face. How lovely is that? Just keep breathing, and on every exhale, we come a little bit closer. And then gently let it go, reaching both feet to the floor, straightening your legs, having a full body stretch, hands reaching above your head, and the knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug, swaying from left to right. And then we're sending both heels, sole of the feet up, and then grabbing the outside happy baby pose. Swaying again from left to right, keeping that lower back on the mat. And knees into the armpits, opening those hips. And finally, letting them go, sole of the feet together, knees wide. And let's stay here for a few breaths, hands resting alongside your body. then using your hands to bring your knees together and extending those legs. Shavasana. Easiest supposed to do, the hardest one to master. Legs far away from each other, hands away from your body. One last tuck of the pelvis. So we put that flat back on the mat. And then we just let everything go. Start to bring your awareness back to your body. Deepening your breath. And then start introducing movement into your toes, fingers. And gently bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug. Sway from left to right. And when you feel like it, gently coming towards your right side into that fetus pose. Just hanging out here for a little bit. And then take your time to come up the way we started. Try to keep your eyes closed, cross-legged, sitting straight, crown of the head reaching upwards. Just take a few breaths in and out your nose. Maybe seeing how you feel now. Kind of feeling the sensations you have in your body right now. Bring your hands to your heart. And today, to finish this practice, just want you to think about one thing you're grateful for. Take 5 seconds to do that. And then keep that in mind for the rest of your day. I'm very grateful for you being here. Have a lovely day, lovely week. Thank you so much. Namaste. See you soon, people. Thank you. Bye-bye.